Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. But before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Top 10 NFL athletes who got caught cheating. Cheating and sports go hand in hand most of the time, as people will do anything to get an edge over the other person to enhance their chances of winning. Even if it ends up costing them money, suspensions, and years off their career, they pursue it foolishly until they are caught. Here are the top 10 NFL athletes who got caught cheating. Number 10, Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. has been long since accused of working with sticky gloves for a lot of his career, for the most part of 2014 and 2015, since he went on his spree of making unbelievable plays by holding on to the most outrageous of catches than anyone has ever seen. Such catches had never been seen in the NFL, or for a very long time anyway. He managed to pull them off somehow. It was difficult to grasp how he was able to make those catches. Yes, he was a spectacular athlete, but there was going to take much more than athleticism to make those catches. There was something else going on here, something very suspicious. The ball just seemed to stick in his hands contrary to rational thought and all odds. It was impossible for him to make those catches with only his bare hands, and this was the case indeed. The NFL inquired into the matter and found that he was wearing gloves which enhanced his catching. No penalty or disciplinary action was initiated against Odell though, as such gloves were not explicitly barred or banned by the NFL, and a lot more athletes were using the same type of gloves, with less success, though it may be added. Number 9, Chargers athletes. The Chargers athletes were once caught using sticky towels, wiping them all across their body, assumedly to take down opposition players better and keep them down for long enough to get an advantage. They were caught when they refused to give their towels to officials, and when they were finally given, they were investigated and held liable for what they had done. Number 8, Antonio Brown. We all remember this whole fiasco, don't we? It was a very strange predicament. The NFL wanted to introduce a new helmet. Antonio said he wanted to use his old helmet. The NFL said maybe. He then sent his helmets to be tested by the NFL for ensuring that they were up to date in terms of protection from concussions. The results came out negative, so he went out looking for new helmets. And he found one which he started to use. But this was a helmet similar to the one that just got declared unsafe by the NFL in the tests, and when they found out that he was using the same helmet, they were not very happy. Why would a top player like Brown decline to wear the new helmet? Very strange. Number 7, Tom Brady. The infamous Deflategate scandal. In the NFL, during the playoffs in January 2015, in a game against the Colts, it is alleged that Tom Brady ordered that the balls be deflated below the standard rate. 1 out of the 12 balls was found to be deflated, but this was still an overwhelming violation of the NFL rules. All balls are to be kept at a certain inflation rate, and Brady ordered the management at the Patriots Stadium to deflate them. Number 6, Brian Urlacher. Chicago Bears linebacker Brian Urlacher admitted to using injuries as a tactic to get more time and waste time as well. There were special cues that were made to make sure that the injury was to take place so that he, alongside other teammates, could milk the clock ticking by to end games early. This took place for many reasons, and the NFL could never know until Urlacher admitted it explicitly. As they had no way of knowing, the Bears and Urlacher played their cards very close to their chest, and word never got out until Urlacher spilled the beans. Number 5, Jerry Rice. You will not believe this one. Rice was found guilty for using glue to enhance his catching. He did admit to it openly. The only justification he could come up with was that he thought that everyone was doing it. Everyone was using glue to get better at the game. Absolutely unbelievable. The 49ers must have had a handful preparing and dealing with the media during this fiasco. Number 4, David Carr. Like Tom Brady and the rest of the Patriots team, David Carr of the Houston Texans did the same on multiple occasions and did not get caught until the twilight of his career. He too was found keeping the balls at a much lower pressure than they were required to be at, giving him and his team an unfair advantage in the game by allowing them to intercept passes a lot because the ball did not fly as far with the low pressure where it was at. Number 3, Justin Smith. In a very heated exchange between Travis LeBoy and Justin Smith, things were threatening to get physical. The two were about to exchange blows when the referee Gareth DeFelice stepped in to break things up between the two men, and Justin Smith shoved him away. This is a clear and hideous violation of the NFL rules. Justin was then immediately ejected from the game and made to suffer a very hefty penalty and suspension for his wrongful actions. Number 2, D'Qwell Johnson. The Patriots, and especially linesman Johnson, have been notorious for running the clock in games when they are winning. They do it every quarter, and no big deal was made about it until very recently, where strict action was threatened unless this activity was ceased. But it still carries on, not as much as it did before, especially not by D'Qwell as much, but by other players who have inherited the helm from him. Number 1, Patrick Peterson. Doping is a huge thing in US sports and has been a major problem over the years. Before tests and regulations were created, almost every player was using them, and it made their health decline very severely. A lot was made to be lost before regulations got tighter. Players could no longer use doping and rely on it as a viable option anymore because they are very likely to get caught. Patrick Peterson was one of those people, and his career was made to suffer greatly, in terms of his performance as well as his respect and credibility. What's worse, encouraging cheating in your players, or cheating or getting caught cheating?